As the calendar turns from 2025 to from 2024 to 2025, some things stay the same while others change. For Central Michigan, they remain in the depths of a middling season here this year, but they have some hope as they enter this second semester. Two key returning pieces to the lineup in Andrew Porzondik and Owen Campbell highlight the weekend that is the 2025 North Shore Classic. Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth at the Robert Crown Community Center. Reagan Cleaves with you here solo radio ringside as the Central Michigan Chippewas get set to take on the Northwestern Wildcats here in Evanston, Illinois, after a snowy drive down from Mount Pleasant here to the outskirts of Chicago. Well, let's take a look at how that first semester ended. It was quite bittersweet for Central Michigan. You get that home win to send the fans home happy from Martin Ice Arena on Saturday, December 14th, but that you turn around the next day after a short night, you get ready to go down at Arrington Ice Center, always a formidable place to play with the Horn and the NCAA venue, and things don't start well for you. Lots of penalties in that first period where you don't allow Adrian to convert, but Gavin Daum does get the first goal of the game, and if you know Central Michigan this season, it's not a surprise what happened next. The Chippewas entering into that last game of the semester were 1-10-0 when allowing the first goal, and that remained the same. They tied it up going into that third period. Jace Johnson got his 17th of the campaign. Ryan Grollo, his third of the year, and made it a 2-2 game after two periods of play. Sam Kamara grabbed the lead for Central Michigan in that third period, but unfortunately, Adrian was able to get some momentum and score two goals in the final 2 minutes. Anthony Alfonsi and James Schmidt both completed the comeback for the first time, and Adrian beats Central Michigan since the 2021-22 campaign. And it's the first time the Chippewas in that 4-3 loss allowed more than one goal against Adrian since November 20th of 22, when they allowed two goals in a 5-2 victory at Arrington Ice Center. That loss dropped Central Michigan to 8-12-1-0 overall on the campaign, but they still sit third in the MCHC East at 3-5 with 6 points. Ahead of them are the two teams that they were swept by in back-to-back series, Lawrence Tech and Oakland, but this is their second of 4 straight on the road. They are 4-7 on the road this campaign, but in their other 3-game weekend showcase, the Route 66 down in Springfield, Missouri, they came out with a 2-0-1 record and became the first out-of-state champions in that to win the Route 66 in its history. So if history is deemed to repeat itself, hopefully Central Michigan will have a good weekend here, but they have to start off with a win against Northwestern here, who come into this weekend on home ice at 6-8-1-0, 13 points on the campaign, sitting 6th in the Matcha Silver East, the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association. For those of you that are not up to date on your ACHA acronyms, they sit behind Maryville, Illinois State, Olivet, Nazarene, Northern Illinois, Washington, St. Louis. They are ahead of St. Louis University and Marion, but they are coming off a 9-5 loss against Purdue at Allstate Arena. Boy, that was a fun one, having a chat with head coach Aria Lifschultz. That was a very fun chance for this Northwestern team to play in a very historic AHL barn. But that loss capped off a 5-game losing streak for them. They started the season pretty respectably at 6-3-1-0, 3 games above 500. They have dropped the last 5 games. And talking with head coach Aria Lifschultz, it was just a lot of wear and tear catching up on this Cats team. We'll see how they have. We'll see if they've taken advantage of the break here, and hopefully Central Michigan has as well, as these two teams face off for the first time in their club's history. And the Chippewas this season, if we're looking for any sort of comparison, are 0-1-0 with that one overtime loss to Maryville in the division that the Wildcats are in. Hopefully that doesn't bear bad fortune for the Chippewas, and we'll see how that goes tonight. But before we get to the puck drop, we have a conversation with head coach Brennan Martin. I sat down with him ahead of tonight's contest and asked his thoughts about the break and the second semester here. We'll be right back with that and more here on CCHN.
Welcome back to CMU D3 Hockey on the CMU Club Hockey Network. Reagan Cleaves here at the Robert Crown Community Center with head coach Brennan Martin. Brennan, first of all, welcome back from break. How was your break?
It was a great break. It was good to get some time off. Was able to go and do a little bit of scouting too for next year and talk to some guys that have reached out to us. So it was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, good to hear. And obviously, it's a bit of a weird situation coming back, playing the weekend before classes start. Obviously, guys have to come in. You don't get the benefit of a week of practices. How have you kind of handled that odd situation?
Yeah, well, I'll just say that that just shows that these guys are committed, right? And they did have to come back early, and that's something that regular college kids that aren't playing sports, they have that luxury of having an extra week off. So it was really nice to see the guys came back with a positive attitude, and they all had energy, and the week of practice that we had was great. We even had a skate this morning to prepare for today's game before we got on the bus. So, it was a great week. It was great to see all the guys. They're happy to be back, and so are we.
Yeah, and speaking of guys that are back, you get Andrew Porzondek back in the lineup. He missed the entirety of the first semester in this season, but he comes back. He was the leading scorer on this team a couple of years ago. What does him coming back mean to this team?
Yeah, Porzo is a phenomenal hockey player, and he's been like that since he stepped foot on campus, right back when I was playing. And so it's a veteran guy that's getting back into the lineup, that's played in some really big games for us and has those numbers, right, the production. And not only can he score, but he's a great killer. He can play at all areas of the ice. So you're getting an all-around player back in the lineup that we didn't have for that first semester. So, he took that semester off, but, he came back in practice this week and he looked great. So, he didn't look like he missed a touch at all, and I'm ecstatic to have him back in the lineup.
Yeah, exactly. You put him in on that top line. I think you've got him with Gibby and Campbell, right? Yeah, exactly. So those guys have played together the last 3 years. Hopefully, Porzo can jump right into it. You go with Caleb Woolery tonight, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you go with Caleb tonight. What do you expect out of him? Not necessarily. Obviously, he hasn't played in a month. You didn't go for him for the Adrian series. You go with him here tonight.
Yeah. Well, he's been our rock and our guy here for at least the last 2 years, and he hasn't had the results that he was hoping for just to start the year off. So going with him tonight, he looks confident. We have all the confidence in the world with him. He's a guy that we believe we can put him in against any team, and we're going to be able to compete in every game and have a shot at winning. So to get him back in there tonight and kind of see what he can do to start off the second semester is going to be huge for him.
Yeah, and it'll be good to see him. He obviously was a big part of this second half run the team made last year. Hopefully he can kickstart something here tonight. But I don't want to dwell on this too much. But at the end of that first semester, you guys did drop that game to Adrian. What do you take away from that last-minute game, from that last-minute comeback from Adrian, and how do you move forward?
Yeah, well, I think it energizes you. It kind of gets you ready to go for this next semester. It kind of leaves you hungry, in a sense, to get back on the ice. And, we took our week to kind of go over that as a coaching staff and what went wrong and how it went wrong in the last third period there. But at the end of the day, I like to try and find some positives out of that weekend. And our penalty kill improved on that weekend, and our power play was looking a little bit better too. So getting OC back, that power play that we had with him going, they're going to be back together. And when they were there, they were very productive and they were producing a lot on the power play. So I'm looking for that out of them going into this weekend, and then getting OC and Andrew Porzondek back in the lineup, right? Like those are two key players that we were missing for the majority of that first semester that we're going to get back in the lineup now that the team needs. And those veteran guys, I'm expecting them to lead the rest of the way here, and it should be an exciting second semester.
Yeah, and that second semester starts with Northwestern here tonight. They're a bit of a young team. They've had to come back, like most of the rest of this league has, from that COVID year, but it hit them a little, especially a little bit hard. They've built back, but they're a struggling team coming in. How do you plan to approach them here tonight?
Yeah, well, we definitely did our research on them. They've kept a lot of games close with some pretty good teams around this country and this league. So I'm expecting them to come out and compete and show some work ethic. And I know their coach Ari pretty well, and I know he's going to have these guys ready to go regardless of what time the game's at, who you're playing. So I'm very excited to play Northwestern. We haven't played them in a long time. I don't know if the D3 team has ever played them, to be honest with you, but we've definitely seen them around before. And so this was a weekend that I've had circled as a coach. It's a great opportunity to come out here. We have guys from Illinois on our team, and so it's going to be a fun weekend, and I know Northwestern's going to bring it, so we got to be able to match that and come out with a win tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully you can do that in this beautiful facility.
It is beautiful.
What was it, $17 million?
I think it's $75 million per the head coach of Northwestern, Ari. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's
shows.
beautiful in here, and I mean, we're going to go out and compete tonight, and I'm excited for these guys. I think they're hungry for it, especially after how that last semester ended. They're ready to kind of rebuild off of that and have a great second semester here.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you guys can start it off on the right foot. Thanks for your time, Marty.
Absolutely.
As head coach Brennan Martin, we'll step aside, be right back with the puck drop of the first game of the North Shore Classic here on CCHN.
I'll contradict myself here, as they're moving things quite along quickly here in the North Shore Classic. We are set to go. Both teams have warmed up for 10 minutes. We've had your pregame show, and we're set to go here from Evanston. Central Michigan will head from left to right across your radio dial. Road maroon uniforms with gold trim, gold numerals, gold helmets, maroon pants, and maroon socks. The Wildcats will counter right to left, wearing those home white uniforms with purple and white trim, purple numerals, black pants, and white socks. Quickly they're into the offensive zone. Joey Brogan tried to backhand that one on in, but it deflected back into the Northwestern zone. Batted back out to the neutral zone. Max Grimes will circle back into his own end to play it for the maroon and gold. Will bat it up the right wing, able to get it on to Siraki. Siraki, though, got caught up with a man at center. It's loose at the neutral zone, and it'll be swatted back across the other way. Here's Andrew Luke across the line. Will dump it in. The 4-year veteran of the ACHA will take a hit and go off for a change. Central Michigan will cough up the puck at center. Jennifer across the line. He's the leading scorer and the captain for this Wildcat team. He gave it off there to Bearden, and he let the shot go from the left circle, gobbled up there by Caleb Woolery, who gets the nod for Central Michigan here tonight. Woolery making his 9th start. He's 1-6-1 on the campaign, 43 goals against and a .898 save percentage. His counterpart tonight, Aiden Benson, who's through 10 games is a 3-5-1 record. Goals against average 3 ticks under 5 at .497 and a .86 save percentage. Face off in the Central Michigan end. They're able to get it out to the neutral zone. It'll be battled for there by William Waugh. He got it into the Chippewa end. Camara deflects that out to center, or it's put right back in. Josh Gilgren controls. With a minute and 10 gone in the first period. Outlet through center. Jace Johnson across that line. Deking to the outside, protecting the puck, fed it out in front. Hops got it in the slot. Wrist shot blocker save there by Benson. He knocked that into the far corner, and it's held up in the corner boards. Pulled away here by Patrick McLean, one of the leaders on this Wildcat team. Sent it ahead on right wing to Beardron. Beardron into the corner with Camara. They battle for it across the way. It's tied up. There, Camara unable to fish it free. Beardron, the captain, tried to pull it free. It'll come up to the near side. McLean dancing down the left wall. Fed it out in front, intercepted by Hop, and will feed it on ahead to the speedy Jace Johnson. He got rubbed off the play at center there by Bronstein. And the Wildcats will move it up right wing. Mendelson across the line. Coughed up the puck in the far corner. Rimmed around to the near side. Controlled by Bronstein. Bronstein put it down deep. Behind Woolery. It's played to the near corner for Bronstein. He's got it once again. Tried to find his man below the goal line, but it was knocked away, and Isaac Gibbs controls this top line out there with Andrew Porzonik for the first time this season. Campbell's got it, drops it back to Porzo. Who let a wrist shot go, and a good deflection in front by Campbell, but Benson was able to squeeze the pads. Now a shot from the right wing side. Clements lets that go, and Benson able to hold on for the whistle. With 17:29 to go in the first period. Again, Reagan Cleaves with you here. We'll be radio all weekend for the North Shore Classic. Couldn't find anybody to make the trip down with us here as these game starting before the second semester technically starts up at Central Michigan. Classes start on Monday, so as you heard in the coaches show, the team had to get here a little bit early. Top line out there for Central Michigan behind. Andrew Porzonik able to bat that down behind the goal. Coughed up the puck, though. Clements pinching down from the right wing boards, able to keep it alive for the maroon and gold. Gibbs, right circle, nifty toe drag, works in shot, save Benson. And the rebound held on by Schlanger and will wire it around the boards. Martin kept it in at the left point. Got it down deep to Campbell. Gibbs off his skate, coughed it up, and it's sent back out to center where Andrew Miller would control. Miller over the line, right wing, Clements. He'll tee it up, fire his shot, blocked up, out of play. Good stick work there by Andy Liu. Second year player out of Phoenix, Arizona. Able to deflect that up and out of play. There's both these two teams getting their second semesters underway. Both ended on a low note for both of these two teams. Central Michigan dropping that game to Adrian for the first time since 2022. And Northwestern dropping, albeit a memorable game at Allstate Arena, home of the American Hockey League Chicago Wolves, to Purdue in a 9-5 game in the middle part of December. Puck bouncing around in the neutral zone. It was played with a high stick, so we'll have the face-off in the neutral zone. Pardon me, it'll go all the way back into the Northwestern end to our right. 16:24 gone. Or pardon me, remaining here in this first period. Ball be to the left of Aiden Benson, the sophomore out of Lockport, New York. Julian Johnson to dig in. To the face-off with Brogan. Johnson won it back to Grimes. His shot trickled wide. It'll go into the far corner where Emily Klein will play it. We'll have two women on this Northwestern squad, the other being Hannah Goldberg, their alternate captain and netminder. She was the only netminder 2 years ago. Started every game for them. And this year she's been trading starts with Aiden Benson. Puck's moved through the neutral zone to the near side for Keaton Olds. Will push it down behind the net where Hutton will wire it around the far boards. Armin Trout, the native of Illinois, and Central Michigan, out of Roselle, just out in the Chicago area. He's able to get it to the neutral zone, but it's bounced around there, right in front of the Chippewa bench, controlled by Bishop. He got tied up in front of the penalty boxes, though, and will send it on in. Benson will play to the corner. Hard hit on Mendelson in the near corner by Julian Johnson. Puck bouncing around at the blue line will be played back to the Chippewa end. Outlet through center. Siraki mishandled it. Off the wheel back. He's pressured here by Bronstein. Siraki up across right wing. Hammers his man to the boards. There and Stanley Hearn will protect the puck to the half boards. Bishop along the near boards. Got it down. Siraki through the elbow and doesn't get a penalty call. Northwestern, though, comes up with the puck. Bronstein will play that into the offensive end. It'll be controlled by Andrew Siraki. Good to see Mendelson get up as he took a hard hit from Siraki along the near side boards in the Northwestern end. Now a giveaway by the Chippewas. Pashby up the wing. Centered it out in front. Right wing circle. Here's a shot. That one snapped just wide by William Wong. And now, what have we here? The buzzer blew. And I believe the score clock went out, and it's still running as they stopped play here. While a couple of youth games were going on earlier today, we saw the clock go out momentarily in those games as well. And it happens here. So as a result, play was down in the Central Michigan end. We'll have a face-off to the right of Caleb Woolery. 14:34 to go. 14:45 to go here in the first period. Hop to dig in with Biedron, captain for the Wildcats. Hop wins it, and the Chippewas are able to get out through neutral ice. It's deflected on its way down by William Wong, and to the corner will go Johnson and Wong. Chase Johnson trying to pull it free, wearing number 11. His new uniforms have come in for the Chippewas. Look out, a 3-on-2 here for the Wildcats. Beardren across the line into the left circle. Shot was blocked. It's loose in the right wing circle. Right pad save by Woolery off the backhanded attempt. And now here come the Chippewas. Jace Johnson with speed down the left wing. Wading his way into the left wing circle. His shot went wide. Clements gets hammered into the boards, and an outlet pass too far for Beardren. It'll waft in on Woolery, and he'll play it out to neutral ice. It's fired right back in by Brett Jennifer. He'll go off for a change with 6 minutes gone here in this opening period. We're scoreless here from Evanston. Johnson trying to dangle his way through center. Olds knocked the puck away from him, and he levels his man in Maddox Grimes. The Wildcats out in front, and they score! Olds finding Andrew Luke right on the back door. It might have gone in off of Brandon Clements on the doorstep, but nonetheless, Northwestern has the 1-0 lead. We'll wait to see who they credit it to, but it looked like it was Olds right on the back door. Luke sent it in from the right wing corner on a sharp angle. Woolery couldn't get a pad to it. It goes off either Clements or Olds, and it's in the back of the net. Now the Chippewas right back in. Gibbs shot. Oh, that went off the top of the net. As Benson made the initial save, Isaac Gibbs looking for another tally here, as he has been very good for the Chippewas throughout this season. 17 points on the campaign. 11 of them goals. He was bidding for his 12th. Now an outlet pass. Gibbs is a 2-on-1 with Campbell down the right wing. Pulls up in the right circle. Good defensive work. There to knock the puck away from him by her. Rebound. Porzonic able to pull it free right corner. Sped on out in front. Campbell's shot saved by Benson. Oh, what a spectacular sprawling save by the Wildcat netminder, stretching out to his right. He was down and out. Campbell put it right into him, and he made the save, and it remains a 1-0 game. 12:56 to go here in this first period. Wildcats have gotten a decent chunk of the opportunities, but it's been a lot of back and forth play. Neither team has really been able to establish their presence in the offensive zone. And this won't help the Chippewas much, as Schlenger is able to win the defensive zone face-off for the Wildcats, but the Chippewas force a turnover, so they have to play it back out at center. Ryan Grollo, the extra skater tonight for Central Michigan, put it into the offensive end near side. Armin Trout batted it at the point, and it's pulled away here by Pashby. Pashby across that line left side, steps into the shot. Nice glove save there by Woolery as he flashes the lever with 12:28 to go. Talk about William Pashby a little bit. Leading all defensemen, leading all rookies in scoring, tied though with Max C. 4 goals, 4 assists for the forward out of Frisco, Texas. Played prep hockey with Loomis Chaffee, like a couple of these Northwestern kids. Very smart bunch of players. Oh, a big hit by Connor Morgan across the way, labeled his man to the ice. Taking the brunt of that was Luke Old. And now Old goes after Gilgren in the corner. Now a 3-on-2 the other way for CMU. Morgan with a shot. Save Benson. Rebound is loose, and it bounces into the right wing circle. Connor Morgan in after it. Andrew Siraki is. We have a whistle as Benson's mask came off. So the Chippewas unable to capitalize on that 3-on-1. It was a great play by Josh Gilgren to get that puck up the left wing from the far corner in the defensive end. And it went all the way down. Morgan's able to pick it up just inside the offensive zone blue line. And he just steps in, lets the shot go, and hopes some shenanigans occur in front of the net. Fortunately for the Chippewas, they aren't able to get it through the goal crease. Northwestern wins the defensive zone face-off. Bronstein out through center. It'll be shoveled in by Harrison Roth. Clements played it D to D across the way to the captain, Martin. Martin will lift it up across the way. There for Bishop. Will absorb the check from Mendelson and dump it deep. Siraki in pursuit with his opposite number, McLean. McLean kicks Siraki to the ice, and the puck comes out to center. There's Bronstein. Got tied up just outside the Chippewa line. Morgan had the puck poked away from him, and it bounces back into the Northwestern end. McLean dangling his way through center, got tied up with Siraki. Jace Johnson comes away with the puck. Old Deke to the front of the goal. He scores! Jace Johnson putting on a show. It's 1-1. Jace Johnson scooped up that puck at the neutral zone, weaved past 3 Northwestern defenders on the right wing side, able to cut to the front of the goal as this is his signature move. He has scored countless goals that way throughout his ACHA career. He has his team leading 18th of the campaign, and we are tied here in Evanston. It's a beautiful play through the neutral zone by Johnson, able to get that puck in. And just slipped it through the pads of Bronson. And ties this game up. That's huge for the Chippewas. Here's, again, they only have 1 win in 12 games coming into tonight where they have allowed that first goal. And it's so important to get the game tied up. You're back on an even playing field halfway through this first period. Now Hurd over the line, right wing side. And Woolery makes the save up in his chest with 10:26 to go. The Chippewas have had so many frustrating games this season where you get out to a good start, you allow that first goal early, and you let your opponent get on top of you and make you come back in a game. And for Central Michigan, getting that game-tying goal, I think, is going to be important here going forward. Especially as it allows you to kind of start an even playing field, and with Owen Campbell and Andrew Porzonik returning to the lineup this game. You might not know what those two will provide in terms of a spark. Speaking of which, Andrew Porzonik, that top line out there for Central Michigan with Campbell and Gibbs. Centering, long stretch pass intercepted at center by Andy Liu. Will dump it on in, and Owen Campbell, the captain, will wheel throughout the neutral zone. Across that big E logo at center ice, standing for Evanston. He'll push it down deep into the corner. Gibbs came in, rocked his man, but couldn't get to the puck, and Liu will try the stretch pass through the neutral zone. Intercepted by Campbell, and he tried to drop pass to Gibbs, and that was intercepted. Now Hutton on the intercept. The left wing side will hammer Liu to the ice, and Campbell comes away with the puck. He'll push it in deep. Campbell tried to center it in front for Miller as he comes off the bench. He couldn't find him, and Wildcats will move it back out to center. 9:15 to go, first period. Chippewas and Wildcats tied at 1, icing the call. Here against CMU, and the faceoff will come all the way back to the right of Caleb Woolery. It's always good to check in on Central Michigan alumni, and tonight, for the first time since graduating from Central Michigan, old broadcast partner Devin Serra is on the call down in Florida, calling the game for Florida Atlantic in their Division III AAU game tonight against Florida State. Good to see Devin back on the airwaves on that FAU Owl TV. Look out, this puck goes up into the Northwestern bench across the way. Faceoff will stay in the Wildcat end. Devin doing a job with FanDuel Sports Network down in the Miami area. Wishing the best of luck to him. Faceoff to the right of Benson. We'll have to redo it. Johnson to dig in for CMU. Julian can't win it. And it will be taken away by Patrick McLean. The defenseman out of Flossmoor, Illinois, unable to get that out on first effort, but will eventually get it on right wing to Jennifer. Jennifer, his shot off the side of the goal from the near side. He'll get it back up to the point. It skipped over the stick of Lucas Nijens, and the Cats will have to regroup in their own end. Outlet pass on left wing, Jennifer over the line, steps in, shot left pad save, Woolery, rebound off the side of the net. That one was sent wide there by Pashby on a wide open look on the right wing side. Wildcats still have control. There's the shot by Jennifer from the top of the right circle, was blocked. And Bishop able to get it on the bounce pass from Clements, and will play it near side for Camara. 12 minutes gone here in this first period. We're tied at 1. Siraki across that line will try to put it on goal. And again, the scoreboards go out. They come right back on. And this time the clock isn't moving. Play continues though. Down below. Brogan across the way. Worked over by the Chippewas' Connor Morgan. The alternate captain tried a long stretch pass, and he connects with Bishop at center, but Bishop can't get around Max Schlenger, and it'll be controlled here by the Wildcats. They turn it over once again, though, at center. Bounce pass off the boards near side. Siraki will wind his way down to the corner, sent it out in front. Couldn't connect with Morgan. It was intercepted by Stanley Hurd. Loose puck at center. Big hit there on Olds by Connor Morgan. What these two teams have been throwing their weight around here early. The Wildcats force a turnover behind the net, but Mendelson's pass was intercepted. Now Jace Johnson in a 2-on-2. Weaves to the outside left wing side, a shot, and he snapped that one just wide. Comes back out to center, where Isaac Hopp will dump it in. 7:10 to go here in the first period in a back and forth game. Chippewas getting the game-tying goal from Jace Johnson. And the lone Northwestern tally coming on a odd backdoor play. And went in either off the defenseman in Clements or off of Olds right on the doorstep. But the Chippewas have been able to come back and tie this game up. William Wong trying to change something about that. Wires it around behind Caleb Woolery. He clears it back out the right point. Pashby worked it back. There's a shot. Saved by Woolery. Rebound left wing circle. It was kept in at the point. Shoveled down deep by McLean. Grimes overskated it. Trying to get it up the wall to Kuhn. Too far for him. Pashby, though. He got worked over by Johnson. He's in all alone on the goaltender. Working to the backhand. Big save by Benson. Johnson, though, controls the rebound cleanly. He wheels his way up to the point. Sends it across Bishop left wall. A shot saved by Pashby off the right pad. Grimes, a one-timer, bouncing out in front of Benson. And he's able to see it through traffic and hold on with 6:15 to go here in this first period. And to all you back home, if you're not part of the 30 or 40 Central Michigan fans that have made the 6-hour drive from Mount Pleasant or wherever they were in Michigan, we appreciate you staying up with us. It's a late puck drop out there in Eastern time. We're obviously operating in Central time. It's only about 10:50 for us. When I say only about, look out, a 2-on-1. We'll get to that in a moment. Right wing side. Here's Pashby into the zone. Trying to feed it back across, but it was cut off there by Camara. As Pashby tried to get it to the near side for Jennifer. Wildcats still have the puck. Jennifer feeds it Pashby. Left circle, a shot. He snapped that one high. Poor Zonic diving after it. May have gotten a piece of it. Meanwhile, puck back. The Wildcat end. They'll dump it on in. Josh Gilgren after it. And he'll play it behind his goal. Pressured there by Jennifer. Jennifer, workhorse in the offensive end here on the forecheck for the Wildcats. He can't force a turnover, though, and Josh Gilgren will motor on out, flop it into the opposite corner, and go off for a change. Schlanger got to it first. Look out, Chippewas had multiple men on the ice. Almost caught in too many men, but great heads-up play there by Ryan Grollo to hop off the ice and keep 5 men on the ice. This is flipped ahead on left wing for Tyler Brown. He's working into the slot shot. Pardon me, that was Keaton Olds. His shot was blocked, and the Chippewas come out. Ryan Grollo across that line. His third goal of his career. In that game against Adrian, his shot was saved, and the rebound controlled here by Olds. Stretch pass ahead, cut off by Martin. Great play to reach out with the twig and snag that one at center. He'll wind it around the boards. Armentrout, the right wing circle. Pushing it deep, pressuring Wong. Olds has the puck on the near side. Trying to work it free. Gets it there to Wong. And the San Ramon, California native will battle in the corner with Armentrout. Mendelson comes in to help out Wong. Gilgren to help out Armentrout. It's a 2-on-2 battle. Johnson fell down. Wildcats turn it over. Grollo tried to push it deep, couldn't do so, and it's cleared out to center by the Wildcats. They'll go off for wholesale changes, and Julian Johnson will step over the line right wing. Tried to drop it back to Clements at the point, but they failed to connect, and it was sent back in. And with speed, here comes McLean across that line left side, in on Woolery, and he snapped that one high. Tried to lift it over top the goal as Woolery was out of his crease to challenge. 3:45 to go here in this first period. It's been back and forth. The Wildcats have had a couple of rush chances here late. Central Michigan has had more of the offensive zone time. Ryan Grollo tried to connect with Julian Johnson, went through his wickets, and the Wildcats can't get it out though. Bishop pressuring after it deep, tied up with McLean across the way at the half boards. Shot for the left point by Hutton was blocked, and it'll deflect down into the corner. Across the way, Bishop trying to poke it free. Battling with McLean, it's worked free to Bronstein for the Wildcats. His pass through center, onto the stick of Pashby. He's across the line, worked from behind there by Morgan. He's knocked down, and now Grimes comes away with the puck for the Chippewas. Up the right wing, he'll take a long dump in, wide of goal. Bishop across the way with under 3 to play in the period. Bishop couldn't control it, taken away here by Pashby. Tied up at center, will just dump it in wide of Woolery, and Maddox Grimes will pinch it down deep. Chippewas working left to right here in this first period. They'll dump it the length of the ice thereof, and icing's going to be waved off as Schlanger was right back there, and Morgan punished him into the boards, and Schlanger, a little ginger, operating a little gingerly back in his own end. Now this is tipped ahead. Here's Kuhn behind the net for the Chippewas. Tried to center it in front for Morgan, couldn't connect. It's loose on the stick of Schlanger, and he's going to finally head off after taking that hit into the boards. Now on the right wing, Andrew Luke pulls up right wing circle, stripped of the puck by Gilgren though, and he will wheel out. The Atlanta, Georgia native will spin his way through center, hold up at the line, and will dart right on in. Into the slot is shot, and it drifted on goal. Benson put it on the right wing side. Wildcats moving out with it. Mendelson over the line right wing. Delayed offside here on the Wildcats, and that will allow Central Michigan to regroup here. 1:40 to go here in this first period from Evanston, Central Michigan and Northwestern in game two of the North Shore Classic. Mendelson steps in from center, shot the stick out of Kamara's hand, and will be back out to center as the Chippewas are able to clear. Stay with us for the first intermission. We'll take a look at the Chippewas scoreboard, see how the other two hockey teams are doing. This is sent in on Aiden Benson, and he holds for a whistle with 66 seconds to go in the period. Well, for Central Michigan, I think this is certainly a much better period than you would have expected coming out of that tough loss to Adrian last month now. But in that last series, you go into the break, it's a tough way to lose your final game of the season, final game of the semester, but they've come out well. Andrew Porzonik and Owen Campbell, two additions to the lineup. We've seen them generate a couple chances here in the early goings. Now look out, an opportunity here for the Wildcats. Right wing circle shot, save Woolery, rebound, it's loose, and it went off the goal post. Oh my goodness, William Pashby had not one, but two great opportunities from the right wing circle. His initial one was stopped, and now, right as I say that, Brett Jennifer over the line for the Wildcats again. He's got stripped of the puck, and that's a defensive lapse for the Chippewas. This is going to be offside as Pashby is just ahead of the play. Couldn't corral the puck before he entered the zone, but Caleb Woolery better give his post some love after that. As Pashby's initial attempt, Woolery was able to make the save, but it laid just to the right of the crease, and Pashby pounced on it, sent it off the post, and almost hit Clements again as he's stationed on the back door. That would have been tough for the defenseman for Central Michigan out of Clarkston. And he had one go off of him here tonight. 20 seconds to go in the period. Wildcats have control. Centering feed from the right wing side. Andrew Luke Fan of the one-timer. It's back out at center. Patrick McLean with speed over the right wing side. Rubbed off the puck, and look out. This one sent into the Chippewa bench. And Andrew Porzonik makes a nice glove save with 5.4 to go here in this first period. On to the left of Caleb Woolery. Connor Morgan to dig in here for CMU. His opponent will be Raphael Beardren. Wildcats have pulled the netminder, so if Central Michigan can get a quick shot on, or can win the faceoff cleanly and get a quick shot, they may have an opportunity. Tie up in the right wing side. A shot from the backhand by Beardren. It lays in the bottom of the right wing circle, and nothing comes of the empty net opportunity there for the Wildcats at the end of one. We're tied at the end of one period. Jace Johnson and Andrew Luke getting goals for their respective squads. Here as we go to the dressing rooms, 1-1 at the end of 20 minutes. We'll step aside. We'll come back with a recap of that first period, and we'll take a look at the Chippewa scoreboard here on CCHN. We're back inside Robert Crown Community Center at the end of one period of play. Central Michigan and Northwestern tied up at 1 apiece here in the North Shore Classic. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Pregame Cleves, happy to have you along with me here this evening. And for those of you listening in the East Coast, good morning, as it's just ticked past midnight, and rather 11 o'clock here, midnight back on the East Coast. We're happy to have you staying up with us here on this now Saturday morning here in Evanston. But for Central Michigan, things didn't start so well here in the second half of the season. They allow an early goal to 6:15 in. Andrew Luke forced a turnover in the right wing circle. He was able to drift down into the corner. He sent it out in front. Caleb Woolery wasn't able to flash the pad out in time to deflect it back away from the face of goal, and it went to the back door where Keaton Olds was tied up with Brandon Clements. It went off of one of them on the back door. We couldn't tell which one it was, but for right now, this broadcaster is crediting it to Keaton Olds for his 5th of the campaign. The fourth-year veteran out of Glenview, Illinois. He gets things started for Northwestern with a nifty backdoor feed, and that was what made it a 1-0 game. And at that point for Central Michigan, things needed to get back on the right foot. You're 1-11, 0-0 coming into today when allowing that first goal, but they pick their heads up. They get right back in. They continue to pressure Northwestern throughout that first period, getting a couple of good chances, and the best of which came from Jace Johnson, who picked up puck loose puck in the neutral zone, wheeled down the right wing side, cut into the right wing circle, kind of drifted to the front of goal as he is wont to do on many occasions throughout his ACHA career. He slipped it through the pads of Aiden Benson, and for his 18th of the campaign. It's good for his team lead, extends his team lead in the goal category to 7 over Isaac Gibbs, who's got 11 on the campaign, but he also extends his point lead on the team to 5 with his 22nd point of the campaign. So that's where we stand at the end of one period of play. Don't have a shot total for you here at the end of one period, but both teams getting their good chances. There was a great opportunity for Northwestern right at the end of that first period where they worked down the right wing. Pashby on a 2-on-1 with their captain, Brett Janifer. They worked down in a 2-on-1. Pashby down the right side. His initial shot was saved by Woolery. It laid the rebound laid just to the right of the goal mouth. Pashby was able to get onto it. He sent it right back across the face of goal. It hit the goalpost, and Clements was able to clear it out, but that was another dangerous opportunity here for this Northwestern team, who has been very good here in this first period. Certainly a very well-coached hockey team by the likes of Ari Lifschultz in his 4th season at the helm of this Northwestern squad. Well, we're still waiting on the Zamboni. I think they might be caught up on the other rink here at the Robert Crown Community Center's 2 games. Another game going on, Loyola Marymount and Indiana in another game here in this North Shore Classic. We'll get you a score update on that if we can, but we'll step aside. And when we come back, hopefully the Zamboni will be on the ice. If not, we'll still have the out-of-town scoreboard for you here on CCHN. We're 1-1 here through the first 20 minutes. We'll be right back with more of the first intermission report here on CCHN. Welcome back inside beautiful RCCC here in Evanston. Reagan Cleaves back with the first intermission report here on CCHN. We're back, and so is the Zamboni. As they clean the ice surface down below us, as the Chippewas and Wildcats are tied at 1 at the end of one period of play. Elsewhere around the MCHC East, a couple of games going on here tonight. Calvin took on Lawrence Tech earlier on in the day. Two top 20 ranked teams in the nation dueling it out at Redford Ice Arena. Lawrence Tech and Calvin, we don't have a score for you on that, but they are for sure done over on the east side of the state. They got things underway at 5 p.m. The Central Michigan Men's Division II team will knock out two birds with one stone. Why not? The Men's Division II team this weekend in action against the Men's Division III Michigan Flint Wolverines. Both those two teams slated to go up to the ACHA's Division I at the start of the 25-26 season. So a bit of a preview for what Division I might look like for both those two schools. The Wolverines, unfortunately, picked out the overtime win over Central Michigan 4-3 at Martin Ice Arena. They'll rejoin that series tomorrow, or rather, for those of you listening in Eastern time, later today at 7 p.m. over at Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton as they wrap up their two-game weekend set. The only other MCHC East game, the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies hosting the Michigan State Spartans as they kick off their second half of the season. Again, two top teams, two teams with over 10 wins. Michigan State sitting at 10-5-1 and Oakland sitting at 16-2 on the campaign. Two very good teams that CMU has already seen as they battled out at 8 p.m. start time over in Troy at Buffalo Wild Wings Arena. So that's a look at your MCHC East out-of-town scoreboard. The women's team is inactive here this weekend, but they were at the Detroit Red Wings CMU night. You saw President McKinnon, or rather heard President McKinnon on the radio call with Ken Cal and Paul Woods on 97.1 The Ticket, as he was repping CMU hockey wearing Sam Kamara's jersey. It's so very good to have a CMU president who loves hockey, and helps that he's a Canadian. It's hard to find a Canadian that doesn't like hockey, but either way, it's good to have President McKinnon. I've been able to talk to him a couple of times. Very, very solid dude, and happy to have him as a part of this Central Michigan family. We're at 1-1 at the end of one period of play. The middle frame of this one here in the North Shore Classic between Central Michigan and Northwestern is coming up next here on CCHN. We'll step aside. Play-by-play of period 2 coming up next here on YouTube. Both teams back on the ice here for the second period of play. Central Michigan and Northwestern deadlocked at 1 goal. In that first period from Keaton Olds, the alternate captain out of Glenview, Illinois, and for Central Michigan, Jace Johnson, the sophomore out of Brownstown, with his 18th goal of the campaign. Central Michigan, their second line of Bishop, Morgan, Siraki starts things. And on the defense, it'll be the second line of Max Grimes and Lucas Hutton. Caleb Woolery in net to our right, stopping all but one of what was a very odd goal scored by Northwestern in that opening frame. Benson will be to our left here as the Wildcats counter the second line with Jennifer, Beardron, and Pashby, with their defense being Stanley Herb and Patrick McLean. Puck drop at center. We are underway. Jennifer quickly over the line, and will wrap it around to the near side boards. Pashby pushed it around to the far side where it's poked away by Morgan. He got worked over though by Beardron. Controlled. Pashby sent it on goal. Pashby to Jennifer. Inch the slot. A shot saved by Woolery. Rebound bounces up to the near point. Siraki shoulders away his man, centered it out in front. Bishop blew a tire. Hutton from the left point lofts this one in wide. And across the way, Keaton Olds able to play it on ahead. The near side for Brogan. Across that line in, shot right pad save. Woolery rebound, popped right out into the slot. A shot off the goal post. Oh boy, another golden opportunity there for Keaton Olds, but he rings it off the pipe. Now Siraki the other way, right wing circle out in front. Oh, and he couldn't connect there with Bishop. Now here's Luke. He'll flop it into the Central Michigan end. Fired right back in. There Hutton will weave around in his own end. Outlet pass to Johnson. With speed, here's Jace. Wheeling his way on right wing. Around 2 defenders. Works it into the side of the goal. And Benson's there to plop the glove on it. And hold with 1:25 gone here in this second period. Update for you in the Indiana Loyola Marymount game. Across the way here on Rink 2, which is where we'll be tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern puck drop between Central Michigan and Grand Canyon. But right now Indiana up 3-1 on Marymount entering the third period. Turnover forced by Northwestern. They can't get it into the offensive end cleanly though, and Camaro will wheel around in his own end. Dropped it neatly here to Jace Johnson. Tries to split the defense. Still has the puck somehow and toe dragged into the slot. Couldn't get a shot off though. Mendelson on the turnover. Absorbs the check from Camara as they go tumbling into the boards right in front of the Wildcat bench. And now a penalty coming up here on Northwestern. Mendelson took down his man, Jace Johnson, into the right wing circle. And the Wildcats will touch up. And it's Josh Gilgren who's up slowly as a kneeing penalty assessed to the Wildcats. Mendelson. .2:11. The time of the penalty. Mendelson off for kneeing. That'll put the Chippewas on the power play. Here for the first time this evening. Face off to the left of Benson. Chippewa power play sitting at 19% on the campaign. This is down from where it was toward the middle of the first semester. In the fall when you played the likes of Lawrence Tech and Oakland. Now Campbell in the bottom of the left circle tried to feed it out in front to the back door. Siraki put it wide. He had a gaping net, but he was tied up across the way by McLean and couldn't put it home. And now the puck goes up and out of play. And Siraki slams the stick in frustration. Boy, he had a great opportunity as Campbell from the bottom of the left circle fed it right to the doorstep. Siraki, though, was tied up with McLean and lifted it just wide of the goal. 1:42 remaining on the power play. Wildcat penalty kill, 63.6% on the campaign. So hopefully Chippewas can capitalize on a struggling penalty kill from the Wildcats. Gibbs shot from the top of the right circle, gloved easily by Benson. Top power play unit of Gibbs, Siraki, Morgan, Campbell, and Martin. Out there for the Chippewas, off the tie from the right wing circle. Jennifer able to poke it away. He's got a 2-on-1 developing with Pashby. Jennifer down the left side, cuts it with a shot, saved by Woolery. Rebound was put just wide, almost deflected off of Morgan and into the back door again. How many times has that happened here this evening? Now Gibbs the other way for the Chippewas on a power play. Shot was blocked. McLean can't clear it. It's loose in the bottom of the right circle. Cleared up top. Gibbs holds it in the slot. A shot. That one trickles just wide off of Benson. Gibbs controls the clearing attempt once again. Right point, right in front of the Chippewa bench. Martin in the slot. A shot blockered away there by Benson. Martin again keeps it alive. Morgan stepping in. He's got 4 power play goals this season. Can't get one there. Gibbs stepping in left wing circle. A shot saved. Blockered up and to the air. It's loose in the slot. Martin's got it. His shot blocked there off the stick of Beardron. Across the way, it's skied up into the netting. William Wong backhanding it out. 39 seconds on this power play remaining for CMU, and boy, has it been clicking here on this first opportunity of the night. A couple of opportunities. They've been cycling the puck really well. They've got a chance to continue that momentum here. Schlinger against Hop in the right wing circle. Won by Hop cleanly. Camara will drift his way to the top of the slot. His shot was blocked. He cycles it across the way to Johnson. Bishop in the corner. After the loose puck, right wing wall for Johnson. He steps into the right wing circle, near side Gilgren on the cross ice feed. He's got it, sent it out in front. Hop deflected it right into the defenseman. Chippewas control the puck though with 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Gilgren along the left half wall, winding his way up to the top of the loop, to the top of the zone, across the way to Johnson. Right back to the slot for Hop. He drops it off to the point for a shot by Camara. Rebound. Hop again denied. Johnson, as the power play expires, Chippewas 0 for 1, but they still got control. Johnson, his pass intercepted. Schlinger the other way, and now starting out with Beardron. He goes high on Johnson. And an offside delayed here on Northwestern. Johnson wheels his way up the wing. Now he dangles into the slot to the forehand. That was swept off the goal line. There by Schlinger. Camara kept it alive. Shot from the left point. Blocker saved by Benson. Rebound controlled by Olds. He finds his man and Luke up the right wing. He and Hutton go into the corner. Hutton able to poke it free. Olds chasing it after it. Pulled here by Julian Johnson. Sent it down the length of the ice and icing the call. Armentrout pleading his case, thought he touched it. Nonetheless, icing the call. With 5:01 gone here in the second period, we are still 1-1 here from Evanston. Faced off to the left of Caleb Woolery. Haven't had too many face-offs to the right, in the Chippewa end here in this one. We'll keep an eye on Josh Gilgren, who went down to that kneeing when he got hit with that kneeing penalty by Mendelson. I haven't seen him return to the line or return to the ice yet. Chippewas going after the puck in the offensive end. Julian Johnson trying to fish it free. Instead, it's taken away by Brett Jennifer. The senior out of Montclair, New Jersey, trying to wheel it up out of the zone. He's cut off at the blue line, though, and it'll be instead controlled by Beardron. He coughed it up at the point, sent it wide of goal. Did the Chippewas, and the Cats are able to get it out. Here's Jennifer across the line with Grimes defending. Grimes able to poke the puck away. He and Jennifer go to the corner. It's poked behind the net. Hutton absorbs the check from Pashby. Pashby sweeps it to the near corner. It'll be taken by Grimes. As the Wildcats went off for changers, Armentrout pokes it ahead to Porzonik. He's across that line left side, playing his 107th regular season career ACHA game. His first of the year. Here's a shot from the right point. Porzonik almost got a stick on it, deflected a pass, and now Porzonik takes his man hard into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Porzonik, as a crowd gathers around him and the downed Wildcat in the corner. Couldn't tell if that was William Pashby or not. It's a number 20, but Porzondik kind of turned, saw the numbers, and he went in. It's going to be a boarding penalty, just 2 minutes against Andrew Porzondik. It looks like it's William Wong, the junior out of San Ramon, California. Again, Porzondik, he's a great player to have in the lineup, but sometimes there's a history of these things happening. It's great to see him as now William Wong is still slow to get up. He's being tended to by the athletic trainer for this Northwestern staff. As the captain, the alternate captain, Keaton Olds, talking to both referees about why it wasn't any more than 2 minutes. But it is good to see Wong get up, as he will head to the Northwestern bench across the way, and the Chippewas will be on their first penalty kill here of the night. This one coming at 6:15. So Porzondik to the box. Northwestern's power play, which according to the ACHA website, operating at 37.5%. It has been lethal here to the first semester. They win the faceoff. McLean, high slot shot, saved by Woolery. Booming rebound to the far side, hopped over the stick of Pashby. It's down behind the net. The referee got taken out there. It looked by Olds, and now Pashby has it for Northwestern. Near side corner, rubbed out of the play. Olds coming in to help. Chris Martin able to strip him of the puck, and now the Chippewas are away shorthanded. Isaac Gibbs trying to find Martin out in front. It was poked away from him as he was tied up by McLean. Now a long stretch pass deflected. This will roll right in on Woolery, and will plop a glove on it. With 1:17 to go, and the Porzondik minor penalty for boarding. Good shorthanded chance there for Central Michigan, able to get that 2-on-1, 2-on-2 developing the other way. And also smart by both guys to realize that once that play had fizzled out, get back, play defensively, and be able to defend in front of your netminder. Chippewas win the defensive zone draw. They're able to clear it out with 66 seconds to go on the Porzondik minor penalty. 12:45 to go here in the second period. We're still tied at 1, Johnson and Olds, the only goal scorers of this game so far. Chippewas able to quickly cause a turnover once again as Northwestern enters the zone. And they'll clear it down again with 47 seconds to go in the minor penalty. Wildcats will wheel out from behind Benson. Matt C. ahead on left wing for Franchini. Franchini wheeling in the corner there with Gilgren. The battle for it there. Gilgren lost his twig as it was fired away from him. Siraki trying to help his teammate out. Levels the body across the way. There as he hammers Stanley Hurd to the ground. And the Chippewas once again clear it with 17 seconds to go. That's one thing Central Michigan hasn't lost a beat on here in this second semester, is the physicality. Now, here's Jennifer in the near corner to Pashby. Old drop it up top for Olds, across to the left side there for Brogan. Power play is over. Porzondik out of the box. Jace Johnson comes on in relief. Across the way, Bronstein has it. Brogan puts it down deep. Gilgren hammered his man to the ice. Now the Chippewas have numbers and a 2-on-1. Jace Johnson around the outside. He's got Olds to beat out in front for Grimes! And he scores! Isaac Hopp puts it home with a 2-on-1. Out of the box comes Porzondik, and onto the board go the Chippewas. It's 2-1. Jace Johnson once again contributing their 8:38, the time of the penalty, time of the goal for Central Michigan. And that breaks the 1-1 tie. Johnson, though, trying to get right back. He's across the line with Hopp and Kuhn once again. Johnson to the front of the goal. Benson made the save. Johnson goes hurtling into the boards. Puck comes up to the point. Hutton kept it in near side. Throws it down deep. Wildcats able to chip it back out to center. Maddox Grimes controls in his own end. Will fire it off the transparent boards in front of the Northwestern bench. The Robert Crown Community Center icing the call here on Northwestern, despite the fact that Caleb Woolery came out of the net to play that. That's a very interesting icing call there by the linesman. And Ari Lifschultz, the head coach for Northwestern, rightfully apoplectic across the way, saying that Caleb Woolery came out of the net to play the puck, and he did, and that should have negated the icing. So now they'll change the faceoff location to the far side. And over to the left of Benson, but again, that shouldn't have been icing against Northwestern here. Lifschultz has the right to be a little frustrated with that call. Now the Chippewas trying to force a turnover after losing the offensive zone faceoff. Mendelson with speed into the right wing circle. A shot deflected. Woolery was able to bat it away after it was wafting it on goal. Now Porzondek up the wing, left side, across that line, centered out in front. Campbell to the backhand, and he just put it wide. He tried to be a little too fancy with it and couldn't get anything going. Now Porzondek, dot on the left circle, tried to fire that across to the near side, and now Hutton. His shot from the top of the left circle was blocked. It's out in front, bouncing in the blue plate, and eventually Campbell will come out with it. Chippewas still control. Porzondek teed up a one-timer, fanned on it. Now Hutton, a shot from the point. That was deflected just wide. Hutton back on the puck on the near side. Sent it down low. Gibbs has it. Rollo off the bench. Right wing side, centered it out in front. Benson makes the blocker save, and now Campbell gets the hands up high and tosses Mendelson to the ice. And no penalty comes out of that. The physicality ramping up between both these two teams as we've crossed the halfway mark. 9:53 to go here in period 2. Face off to the left of Benson. Won by Central Michigan. Chris Armentrout, the Illinois native, protecting the puck behind the goal to the near side. Tries the backhand shot. That one was drifted just wide of goal. Julian Johnson pressed hard to the boards across the way. Manages to get the puck to the near side. Wildcats clear it out. Look out, Pashby worked over Martin. He's in all alone, right wing. Steps in, shot. Save Woolery, rebound, he scores! William Pashby with the mini breakaway down the right wing. Is denied the first time by Woolery, but he pots home the rebound. And the Wildcats have tied things up here halfway through the second period. Almost a full 2 minutes after Central Michigan took the lead. This time it's Pashby. My conversation with Lifschultz prior to this weekend. Now look out. A odd carom off the linesman, controlled by Jennifer. He and Camara go tumbling to the ice across the way. And now the Chippewas will move out. Left wing Bishop steps over the line. Shot saved by Benson. He patted it to the wall. Behind the net, Bishop controls. He'll work it up high here for Gilgren. Shot, that was blocked. Rebound. Comes right back up to Gilgren, right point. He'll step into the wrist shot, deflected just wide off the end boards, controlled by Morgan. The alternate captain, pressured by McLean. They go to the near corner. Centering feed. Bishop's one-time bid was blocked by Beardrum. Jennifer, Siraki hammers him to the boards, and that doesn't draw a penalty. Siraki, though, controls the puck, and Jennifer is down in a heap. And the hash marks across the way. Siraki got him with a hit into the boards. And no penalty coming, at least initially, from the referees. All four of them will get together, and we'll see if if anything happens here, but this is the second time a Northwestern player has taken a hard hit into the boards. A Chippewa player, and it's good to see Jennifer get up. A senior out of Montclair, New Jersey. He's 13 points this season, leads the team in goals with 7, and points with the aforementioned number 13. It's good to see him get up, but he's still ginger as he'll take a heavy seat at the end of the Northwestern bench, and will be checked on by head coach Ari Lifschultz. Face off in the Northwestern end to our left, the left of Benson. Hop to dig in. There with Brogan. Hop wins it. Chase Johnson pinwheels in the left wing corner, protecting the puck, knocked away from him by Luke. And Northwestern can't get it out though. Hutton left point, lets the shot go. Oh, that deflected off a defenseman in front of Andy Liu, and it just went narrowly wide. Northwestern's able to get it out though with 8:10 to go in the second period. Hutton from his own end, lifted it up the right wing. Northwestern controls just inside their own blue line. Grimes intercepted the puck, will step across the line, and it'll be gobbled up by Benson in the trapper. With 7:57 to go here in period 2, as we are tied at 2 in Evanston. Alluded to it in our coaches show with head coach Brennan Martin, but this is an absolutely beautiful facility with the Robert Crown Community Center, built right around the pandemic, 2020, 2021. Seats about 800 in this main rink that we are on here. Hutton lets the shot go from the top of the left circle, saved by Benson, and he holds on. But beautiful facility. We're up in the second story here on rink 1 of the RCCC. Got a great vantage point right about at center. Isaac Gibbs right off the faceoff, trying to dangle in as he swept in from the wing, and a big reverse hit as he hammers her to the ground. Grimes kept it alive at the right point. The battle ensues. Campbell behind the goal, centered out in front to nobody in particular, as Herr was able to sweep it away. Now Gibbs tied up his man. Campbell controls. He got stripped of the puck though by Bronstein. Now a penalty coming up on Central Michigan. Isaac Gibbs hauled down his man, and now another tangle up just inside the Central Michigan line, but it is going to be another penalty here on Central Michigan. Maddox Grimes is going to head off. Not Maddox. It's going to be Isaac Gibbs. Thought Maddox might be involved too. Is this going to be 2 penalties on CMU? Indeed it is. Gibbs is going to go and Maddox Grimes is going to go. Both of them, I believe Gibbs for tripping and Grimes for holding. As I mentioned, that tangle up just inside the Central Michigan line at the end of that play, and it will be a 5-on-3 with 12:40 to go. Pardon me, 12:40 gone in this second period, so a big moment in this game as Northwestern has a chance on this full 2-minute 5-on-3 to grab the lead once again. So Gibbs for a hold, pardon me, Gibbs for a trip, Grimes for a hold. Chippewas win the face-off, but they've got nobody on the boards to control, and the Wildcats have the puck in the offensive end. McLean, top of the left circle, down low, out in front. Pashby's shot was blocked. Rebound is loose in the slot, controlled by Olds. He gets it up top for McLean. To the near side, Beardron. Beardron's shot was blocked. McLean kept it alive with the point, though. He'll pull up with the right wing point. He'll hold the puck, sends it across to the far side. Pashby, right back to McLean. McLean, top of the right circle across. Pashby's one-timer. He didn't get all of it, and Beardron tries to get it up to Pashby again, but it's out to center as it's too far for the forward. Pashby trading places with McLean. He's across that line left side, trying to center it out in front. Pashby in the slot, reaching for it, bounces to the far side. Morgan will tee it up and fire it down the ice with a minute almost killed here in the power play. 5-on-3 are the Wildcats, and they've controlled the puck with abandon. Beardred on the left wing, button hooks in the circle, left it off there for Tyler Brown. Brown behind the goal, working to the near side, and circumnavigating the zone. Puts it behind the net for Her behind the net, pressured by Clements. 44 seconds to go on the power play. His pass for Brown goes off the boards. Brown controls, back up top McLean. Across to the far side there for Beardred. Beardred near side, now for Brown. He's got it, shot deflected just in front there by Bronstein. McLean up at the left point with 26 to go. Slaps it near side, Her fan of the one-timer. Brown in the near corner, up to here. Pressured from behind by Morgan. He's able to force the turnover and send it down the ice with 13 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Cats have had some good cycle here on this power play. They still got 5 seconds to work. McLean down the left side. He button hooks and along the hash marks. Fires it near side. High for Franchini. He's got it along the boards. Both Grimes and Gibbs are out of the box. It's 5-on-5. The Cats still have control. Shot from the point, deflected. Now look out, the Chippewas have a break. Here's Chase Johnson in, right on goal. A forehand shot just sent wide. Great defense there by Andy Lou. Johnson tied up across the way with Matt C. And now it'll be taken out by Andrew Luke. Big penalty kill there from Central Michigan moments ago. And they get a great breakaway opportunity but can't capitalize. Here's a shot there by Franchini in the bottom of the right circle. Sent just wide, and now the Chippewas will send this down for icing with 4:36 to go in the second period. Talk about needing your penalty killers to step up, and they did right there, killing a full 5-on-3. And really bailing out Gibbs and Grimes there. Listed off at the same time. Maybe that turns a swing in momentum for CMU here, as they now seem to be able to get a little bit of momentum off of that breakaway and that penalty kill. Northwestern, though, right back into the offensive end. Gilgren shovels it across the way. Worked back up top, McLean. The left side, Pashby stepping into the circle. He coughed it up. Now, here's Isaac Hopp ahead on the left wing to Jace Johnson. He's got Hopp down the left side. Johnson got tied up there with McLean, and it's a 2-on-2 battle in the corner. And now, Mendelson hammers his man to the boards. He's holding Isaac Hopp, and somehow that's not a penalty. Hopp got hauled down, and now the other way. Pashby comes in with a shot, and Woolery made the save. Pashby and Hutton now exchanging words. Camara cross-checks Pashby. And tempers are flaring here in the waning moments of the second period. Everybody getting into it. Yeah, at one end, Isaac Hopp was being held there by Mendelson. And then at the other end of the ice, Pashby getting into it with Camara and Hutton. Face off to the right of Caleb Woolery, 3:49 to go in the middle frame. Northwestern wins it. They send it off the side of the goal. It's loose behind Woolery. Controlled by the Cats. Bouncing puck in the right circle. Backhand shot there by Brogan was blocked in front, and the rebound will trickle back out to center. Brogan trying to step past Gibbs. Brogan will turn and tap it behind the Central Michigan goal. Gibbs along the half boards, pitchforks it out to center. Porzondik to the near side. Campbell across that line of 3-on-2. Steps into the slot, tried to find Porzondik down low, couldn't do so. And Porzondik was tied up by Wong. Wong controls for Northwestern. Got it to Brogan. Brogan pinned to the boards by Campbell. He takes his man down. No penalty coming against CMU. This is sent down the ice. Icing the initial signal and the call, even though Woolery again started to come out of his goal. It's now 2 times that the linesmen have whistled down for an icing, and they're going to have it at center here. They do rectify it this time. Good to see Referees step in and rectify the situation, as Woolery did come out of this net to play that icing, so they will reset things here. Face off at center, catapults down to the Wildcat end. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second period. Chippewas and Wildcats tied at 2. Miller pulled it free from the bottom of the left wing circle and snapped that shot just wide. Up the right point, Clements fires it down behind the goal. Julian Johnson there for CMU. With Armin Trout as they battle for it 2-on-2. Wildcats come and pull it free, but don't get it further than Chris Martin at center. Dumps it on in. Off of a man, Chris Armentrout trying to feed it out in front. Was blocked by a Wildcat. Miller picks up the rebound. Centered it. Here's Martin in the slot. Right wing circle, a shot that was blocked in front again. And it's controlled here by William Wong. Up on the right wing, he's got Aaron Franchini. His shot from the right wing circle. Lobbed down by Woolery with 2:06 to go in the second period. Hop got the lead for Central Michigan at 8:38. And then Pashby tied things up again. So both teams have held leads. Both teams have held leads for not that long in this game. The Chippewas lead lasted only about 2 minutes. And a similar time frame for the Chippewas tying things up early. Icing the call, a late icing call. It was Stanley Herr racing after it with Jake Bishop. 1:55 to go in the second period. Chippewas will not play on the same sheet twice this weekend. We're on this rink here today, and then rink 2 right behind us in the broadcast booth for tomorrow. And then 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern puck drop against Grand Canyon. And then they'll play outside at Niles Iceland Skate on Sunday for 2:40 Eastern puck drop against Loyola Chicago. Chippewas into the zone with 90 seconds to go. They quickly cough it up, though, and are sent back out to center. And now a penalty coming up on Northwestern again. This is, though, sent the length of the ice, icing the call against CMU. But it is going to be a penalty against Northwestern. So it'll be an elbowing call here on James Mendelson. The second time he's been sent to the box here this evening. And the faceoff will be in the Northwestern zone, at least it looks like. But, yeah, indeed, it will be in the Northwestern end because of that penalty, despite the icing against Central Michigan. Time of this penalty, 18:43. Chippewas have a late second period power play to try to get the lead. They're 0 for 1 here so far, but they win the faceoff and look to go to work. They got some good cycle on the last one. Here's a shot from the slot, or from the deep slot. Martin had that saved, and Gibbs couldn't keep it in as he fell right onto his backside, and Chippewas have to motor on out of their own zone. Here's Campbell, cutting through center. Sends it to the near side. Gibbs over the line. Tried to send it right back from whence it came, but it was intercepted by Beardrum, and it's sent back into the zone. Look out, Campbell having to race back with Bergen right on his tail. 39 seconds to go in the period. Across that line, here's Morgan, right wing side. Pulls up the hash marks. Great play there by McLean to knock that pass down. Siraki getting tied up across the way with Beardrum, and the Northwestern Wildcats will get that out. Over the line, here's Pashby with a nice dangle working in. Big save by Woolery, and Pashby goes right into the goal, and Gibbs pulls Pashby out of the net to get him away from his netminder, but another big opportunity there from Pashby, looking for his second of the night. And he goes spilling into the boards as Woolery make the save. 17.4 seconds to go here in the second. Central Michigan and Northwestern tied at 2. Chippewas in a power play for another minute, so if they can't get anything done with the defensive zone faceoff here, get down the ice and score before the period ends, they'll have some time remaining once we start the third period. Pashby to dig in with Hop, the two latest goal scorers in this one. Hop's able to win it with help from Gilgren, and the senior from Atlanta will halt behind his own goal. Strike pass up to Jace Johnson, trying to work around Olds, couldn't do so. Olds forced the turnover 5 seconds ago. Steps in shot, saved by Woolery. Rebound, catapults to the far side. It'll rest down in the corner as time expires here in the second period. Both teams certainly getting their chances in the later stages of that second period. Chippewas grabbed the lead about halfway through. Isaac Hop on a nifty 2-on-1 with Jace Johnson. He was able to pot it home before Pashby tied it up about a minute and 52 seconds later. And that is where we stand at the end of two. The physicality ramping up here as we go on. No penalties in that first period, but a combined 5 between the two squads in that second period. 2-2 the score at the end of 40 minutes. We'll step aside, come back with a recap and a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here on CCHN. To the score after 40 minutes here at the Robert Crown Community Center. Reagan Cleaves back here, radio ringside with you here in Evanston. It's a very back and forth game here throughout the first 40 minutes. Both teams generating their chances, but you got to think that William Pashby has more than one goal in him here tonight. He's got multiple chances, including one late in that second period, right in on Caleb Woolery shorthanded. He was able to make the save before he went careening into the net and was pulled off by Isaac Gibbs. But both Pashby and Jace Johnson have had very good games tonight. Johnson has a goal and an assist factoring in on both Central Michigan goals. He was able to start the 2-on-1 with Isaac Hopp at 8:38 of that second period, which gave the Chippewas the lead only momentarily, though, and then before Pashby himself tied up the game at 10:32 to make it 8-2 game. But even though the score is pretty even, the shots, again, quite even as well. 30-25, Central Michigan leads that category. They were tied at 12 through the first 20 minutes before getting an 18-13 shot advantage in the second. And they're up 30-25 at the end of 2 periods of play. But that's not where it matters. I mean, as we got through that second period, both teams, you'd see the physicality ramping up. Mendelson was sent off after we had no penalties in that first period. Mendelson, just 2:11 into the second period, picked up a kneeing penalty on Josh Gilgren. The Chippewas couldn't convert on that power play, but then they would give Northwestern 3 consecutive power plays of their own, including a full 2-minute 5-on-3 when both Gibbs would go off for a trip and Grimes would go off for a hold. Luckily for the Chippewas, they played textbook penalty killing in that throughout that 5-on-3 and throughout that 2-man advantage, but they were able to get to the puck quickly, cut down the passing lanes, and allow Woolery to see what he needed to. And this penalty kill for Central Michigan has been very good throughout the entire season. 81.52%, only allowing 17 power play goals all season. And they have allowed, in the last, since the start of November, they've only allowed 4 power play goals. And that penalty kill continues to be a bright spot for this Central Michigan team. They, though, have a power play going into this third period. Mendelson was again sent off, this time for an elbow. But Central Michigan able to get a couple things going on that power play, but it certainly was not nearly as effective as that first power play when Mendelson was initially sent off for that knee. But Central Michigan has had a couple of good opportunities, and they're going to have some better ones here in this third period. The other game over on the other side of the ice was Indiana and Loyola Marymount. Indiana eked out a 5-4 win against the California school. Central Michigan trying to knock off the hosts here in the North Shore Classic on this beautiful Friday night. 2-2 the score after 40 minutes. We're just 2 minutes away from midnight here in Central Time. We'll see you probably in the morning here on CCHN. We'll be right back with the play-by-play of Period 3 on CCHN. Both teams have made their way back out onto the ice here at the Robert Crown Community Center on Rink 1, the main rink here at the Crown Jewel of Evanston. As we're set to go for period number 3 as the clock is turned over. Now the 11th of January here in Central Time. But it's been a long day for this Central Michigan team. They started their morning skate yesterday, at Martin Ice Arena at 11 a.m. Eastern. You gotta wonder if that early skate, which isn't very common in the ACHA, I wonder if that has any effect on how they're playing here this evening and now morning. I think the saving grace for having this late of a game is the fact that you don't play tomorrow until 8 p.m. against Grand Canyon. And why look forward to that game when you've got this one in front of you? 20 minutes left, 43 seconds left on the Mendelson minor penalty. The Chippewas and Wildcats, third period underway here from Robert Crown. Siraki, another big hit. Again sending him hard into the boards. That's the third time he's done that today. Now Isaac Gibbs with the man still down, as that's Patrick McLean. Boy, Andrew Siraki has been throwing his weight around today, more so than we've seen him in the first semester, and even the last couple of years. It's good to see McLean get up here. And you never wish your opponents to get hurt, but oh boy, Siraki has just been punishing the Wildcats out on the ice here tonight. And that's what, the third or fourth hit that he has made in this contest alone. It was a punishing hit just outside the Northwestern zone. You know, the face-off as play is down in the Northwestern end when it was blown dead. Chippewas win it. Gibbs, though, can't keep it in the zone as Northwestern tried to rim it out. Now he'll wander into the zone, fired it near side Morgan. He steps in, shot, scores! Connor Morgan with a bullet from the right wing circle. He has power play goal number 5 of the year, and it's 3-2 Central Michigan. Boy, that was a fantastic shot from Connor Morgan right there. Getting the pass from Isaac Gibbs as he got tripped up coming over the line. And just 32 seconds into this third period, Morgan, as I said, has his 5th power play tally of the campaign, and it's 3-2 CMU here early in the third period. As now we're having more trouble with the scoreboard here. We've kind of had throughout the day. Whoa, whoa, whoa. As they dropped the puck at center, the linesman was not paying attention to where the 3 counterparts were, as they were all directly in front of the scorer's table, and the linesman dropped the puck. So that goal comes at 32 seconds of the second period. They've got the clock sorted out, and we're back underway. But a big goal from Connor Morgan. His 7th of the year. 5 of them have come on the power play. That's just insane. Now the Wildcats right in, shot save. Wolverine rebound went right onto the stick of Keaton Olds, and he couldn't put it home. Now Josh Gilgren dumps Stanley Herr. Now look out, a shot from the right wing circle off a giveaway. Was blocked off the stick of Brogan, and now the Chippewas racing after the loose puck. Johnson's going to be just offside as Hop couldn't maintain the zone. And it's going to be offside against CMU. 18:51 to go here in the third period. The Chippewas have a 3-2 lead late in this one. Early stages of the third period. As we've just turned over the clock to the 11th here in Evanston. So good morning to all of you listening in Central Time. And for those of you listening in Eastern Time, what are you doing? Listening to club hockey on a Friday, now Saturday morning, though we do appreciate if you're listening. I hope you can get up in time for whatever responsibilities you have tomorrow morning. Now the Wildcats dancing down behind the Central Michigan end. They can't shovel it out in front with Max C. Bodies falling behind the goal. And now a penalty coming up on, looks like Northwestern here. And it's going to be on Franchini again. Franchini was holding down, it looks like Lucas Hutton behind the play. Oh, and they're going to take Hutton as well? Oh, goodness. Hutton was the one being held down behind the net, and somehow he gets a trip to the sin bin as well. It's not how I saw it, but it looked like Hutton was just getting held down there by... It looked like he was getting held down there by Franchini behind the play, and somehow Hutton gets the penalty out of that as well. We're on 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 here, and we are going to go 4-on-4. So the penalties come at 1 minute and 43, respectively. So now we have line change confusion all over the place. This referee held up Northwestern's line change, and they tried to put two guys on anyway. Face off the left of Woolery, controlled by CMU here on a 4-on-4. This is down the ice. Campbell going in. Oh, that's a very close icing call right there, as it looked like Campbell was dead even at least with Patrick McLean. But the linesman stuck his arm out anyway and made the icing call. Both teams haven't been very happy with the linesman here tonight. And yours truly has been confused by them a couple of times. Isaac Gibbs controlling back behind his own net. 1 minute 42 to go. We're on the 4-on-4 with Franchini and Hutton in the box, respectively. Oh, and now Pashby goes spilling into the boards, drawing a large cheer from the Central Michigan bench. Martin absorbs the hit on a hit up high from Beardrun. Campbell going into the boards there with Patrick McLean. McLean gets the puck up to Pashby, stripped of the puck though. Here's Isaac Gibbs working in on goal. He scores! Isaac Gibbs steps it low blocker side on Benson. It's 4-2. Chippewas booming here on special teams in this third period. A power play tally on just their second power play of the game. And now a goal 4-on-4 from Isaac Gibbs. Those coming 2 minutes and 1 second apart to give them a 2-goal lead here in period 3. Now Connor Morgan stepping right in, and he snapped that high over the top of Benson. Now Gilgren out at center. He'll have to chase that back into the defensive end with pressure here coming from Stanley Herr. Wildcats get the turnover. Here's a shot from the right point by Schrenger, and it's held on to there by Caleb Woolery. 17:01 to go here in period 3. An action-packed first 3 minutes of this final frame of regulation. Couple of penalties, couple of goals, and it's a 4-2 game Boy, talk about opportunistic play from Central Michigan. It's those types of opportunities, those breakaways, those 2-on-1s where throughout that first semester it felt like they were always coming up short. They couldn't cash in, and even at the start of this game, they couldn't quite get there. You had a couple of 2-on-1s with Chase Johnson and Hop. They just couldn't get anything going. And then in the first couple of minutes of this third period, they've been playing some very opportunistic hockey. Now Josh Gilgren pounces on a loose puck behind his own cage. They'll try to get it up the wall, and he gets hit up high there from Matt C. He goes down, hops right back up though, and Siraki laying the body on C behind the goal. Now here's a long shot from the left point there by Wong. As the 4-on-4 is over, Hutton and Franchini both hop out of the box. There's a shot by Franchini, goes off the end boards after the save by Woolery, and he'll hold the rebound with 16:07 to go. In period 3. Penalty up on the board right now against Northwestern, but the assumption is that's a leftover from that power play earlier. Face off to the right of Woolery. It'll be Beardron to dig in with Isaac Hop. Beardron wins it cleanly. Push it down behind the goal. Bouncing puck out in front. Pashby tried to backhand it through his own wickets, but it's stolen away by Kuhn. He gets hammered there at the neutral zone by Pashby. He's no worse for wear, though, but he will go for icing against CMU. Chippewas getting goals from Jace Johnson, Isaac Hop, Connor Morgan, and Isaac Gibbs. Goals for the Northwestern Wildcats coming from Keaton Olds and William Pashby. Now look out, Pashby in the slot, had that puck hop over his stick on the intended pass. There from Beardron. Beardron from the slot, send it down low. Now Maddox Grimes gets shoved up high with a fistful of glove, no penalty coming. Jace Johnson rubbed off the puck. He and Beardron getting tangled up in the corner, exchanging words. Meanwhile, the play back out at center. And will be sent in by CMU, and it's offside against the Chippewas, even though they didn't touch the puck. Okay. It's late for everybody, I guess. 5:19 to go here in period 3. Face off just in front of the Northwestern bench. And I alluded to this earlier, but I don't think I actually got to finish my point. Right in front of the benches, there are plexiglass, like the top half of the boards themselves are plexiglass, and the benches themselves are level with the ice surface, which leads me to believe that this facility is intended to host sled hockey tournaments where they flood the benches, make them ice, allow these players smooth transition on and off the ice surface. It's always cool to see, especially modern day facilities, but this one built just in 2022. Now look out, Isaac Hop's got a play behind the defense, and his backhand shot went wide. Wheel his way to the high slot, trying to dangle his way through it. Opportunity for Nick Kuhn from the left circle, lifted it high of goal. And the Wildcats will rattle it around the boards and down the ice. Martin getting back there and plenty of time to negate the icing. Long stretch pass, connects with Clements across the line. Shot go deflected off the defensive stick there of William Wong. A hammer shot from the left point will deflect up and out of play off of a Wildcat in front. 14:09 to go, period 3. Chippewas with 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of this third period have a 2-goal lead. Julian Johnson, one of 2 brothers within one of 2 sets of brothers in this organization. Got Julian and Jace Johnson, both brothers out of Brownsville, Michigan. We'll go shot from the point. Save! No, it got through! Chris Armentrout, the hometown boy, getting the deflection in front, and it's 5-2 CMU. That shot came from the point off of Brandon Clements, and Armentrout was standing right on the doorstep in front of Benson, and it deflected off of him and in. Good to see him get on the score sheet. Illinois native. And it's now a 5-2 game. The Chippewas getting that goal. That's 6:08. Chippewas once again forcing the Wildcats back into their own end. Long stretch pass won't connect with anybody, but great hustle here from Franchini to beat out that icing. He and Camara go to the corner boards across the way. Franchini comes free with it. Well, backhanded down behind the net. Wildcats have control. Centering feed knocked away from McLean. And Miller will try to whack it up ice. Can't do so though. Turned over. Here's C behind the net. Got it up to the right half boards from McLean. He and Armentrout tied up in the corner across the way. It's pulled free there by Julian Johnson and controlled by Miller near half boards. Lofted out through center. Julian Johnson hauled down from behind. Neither referee puts their arm up. They're letting them play here in this third period. Isaac Gibbs stole the puck away from Max C, but he in turn couldn't clear it out. Wrapped around the boards there by Wong. Across the way, Grimes. Wailing after the puck, McLean. Right point shot through traffic, blockered away there by Woolery, and again another save by Woolery on a shot from the left wing side by Lucas Nijens. Porzonic rattles this around the boards and back out to center. McLean will wheel and deal from the neutral zone. Tried to deflect that on in, gets the puck after it bounced around. A step in shot, left pad save, Woolery rebound. Was put just wide by Pashby. Now, Biedron pulled the puck away, steps in left circle, a shot shouldered away by Woolery and up and out of play. He came out about 2 feet from the top of the crease there to challenge the shot from the Wadsworth, Illinois native. Raphael Biedron in his third season with the Wildcats. He was looking for goal number 32 of his career. Boy, this has been a good game here from Caleb Woolery. He's had a couple of rough games throughout this season. Has the young netminder for Central Michigan. He's been in net for both OT games for CMU, including the one to start the last showcase tournament the Chippewas played in. 2-1 loss to Maryville in overtime down in Springfield. Now the Chippewas out with speed left to right across your radio dial. Halfway through this third period, just about 11:20 to go in regulation. Bodies flying in the Northwestern end. This is sent down the length of the ice. Clements is going to win this race, icing the call with 11:11 to go. We're in period 3. Face off to the left of the netminder Benson. Won by the Wildcats. They get it to the point but not out. Clements shoveled it down deep. Jace Johnson fed it out in front. Couldn't connect with Hop or Kuhn on the back door. Kuhn put it down behind the goal. McLean there for the Wildcats with Johnson pressuring. Time ticking down. A 3-goal lead for CMU. Off goals from Morgan, Gibbs, and now Armentrout. Chippewas gave it away in their own defensive end. Wildcats had a good opportunity in that one. Now Nick Kuhn racing after it. He's able to beat out that icing, but with pressure on Benson, the netminder will scoop it up out of midair and hold on. 10:27 to go in period 3. A tight game through the first 40 minutes of play. Both teams with 2 goals But then the Chippewas on a power play goal, just 32 seconds in, were able to break things open, and that has led to a flurry of goals in the first 6 minutes of this third period. Morgan Gibbs and Armentrout all cashing in, including Armentrout with a deflection goal out in front to push the deficit, or the lead, to 3. Play back down in the Central Michigan end. Josh Gilgren there to play it for the Chippewas. He'll play it up the near side to Ryan Grolo. He's trying to battle for it and will wind his way down behind his own net. Sam Camara will wander down behind his own goal, rubbed off the puck there by Olds. The clearing attempt hit a stanchion and or the referee. And a centering feed was knocked down. Here's Julian Johnson, lumbering across the line, trying to work his way past the defensive Lou. Couldn't do so. Armentrout tried to back the puck up. Hammered to the ice by Lou. And Andrew Luke will fire this in around behind Caleb Woolery. 9:30 to go, third period. Central Michigan up by 3. McLean. Then as he tried to get that puck out through neutral ice. And across the way, it'll be sent in there by Nijens. We'll fire this out through the neutral zone. Campbell, near side for Grimes. Out to Porzanik, who will deflect that puck in. Campbell got it to the point. Across the way, Hutton. His shot was blocked. McLean will motor up with ice. Motor up with speed across that line. Step into the shot. That took a deflection off a defensive stick, and Woolery had to be on his toes. Now a spin around shot there by from the right circle was blocked, and the rebound sent the length of the ice by CMU, and that icing was whistled down before any Wildcat had gotten to the face-off dot. Bit of an unconventional icing call, but then again, it wasn't going to be close. We don't necessarily fault the linesman on that. Face off to the right of Woolery. Chippewa into our left. It got tied up in the skates there of Beardrum. And the loose puck was kept in at the line by Beardrum. Now Pashby got it onto the near side there for Mendelson. Mendelson to Pashby, and his shot deflects up and out of play off of the end boards. And so both teams will get a chance to change with 8:22 to go here in regulation. Everybody thought the faceoff was going to be in the left wing circle, but instead it's going to be on the near side. Faceoff won by the Wildcats. Look out, they almost cough it up. Great play to recover there by Wong, but nonetheless Gibbs on the outlet pass, cutting to the slot, lost control of the puck. Was way out of his way to get it back though. Wanders his way to the near side, circumnavigating the zone, working up to the point, able to keep it in. Across the way to Martin, backhanded out in front. Siraki almost deflected that in on Benson, but that minder was hit, able to make the save. Now Pashby across the line, knocked off the puck there by Martin, who gets it on ahead to Gibbs. His stretch pass to Campbell was intercepted. Campbell got it, but in turn his pass was intercepted. It bounces around the Northwestern line. Clements to Gibbs, cutting through the neutral zone, across the way to Campbell. Stops on a dime, drops it off to Clements. Look out, he's in, and he snapped it wide. Great opportunity there for Clements as he snapped it just wide. Now, again, another late icing here after Chris Martin beat Tyler Brown to the dot. And we thank all of you on the East Coast staying up with us. We know it's a late night. We appreciate you tuning in to CMU D3 Hockey. We're on the CMU Club Hockey Network. As we are radio ringside from Evanston, Illinois. As the Wildcats and Chippewas face off in the final game of day 3, or day 1 of the North Shore Classic. A 3-game, 16 tournament here hosted by the Wildcats and Loyola Chicago, who the Chippewas will play on Sunday. Siraki dips doodling in his own end, decked to the boards by her. Clements up at the point, shot through traffic. Oh, he put that off the side of the net. I thought he scored for a second. Chippewas still have control, bouncing puck in front. Siraki just put it wide. Rebound, Bishop from his sharp angle, denied. Now Bishop gets hauled down, no penalty coming. Clements pinches down from the right wing point, look out. Wildcats have numbers. Over the line, here's Brown, sent it to the near side, couldn't connect. There with Franchini. Martin shoveled it on ahead through the neutral zone to nobody in particular. And it'll be fired back in front of the Chippewa bench. Siraki, another hit where he leads with the elbow and doesn't get called. He's got to watch that. He's a big kid. And at some point, you figure the referees might call that. Got away with that a couple of times here tonight. You'd love to see the physicality, but you'd like to see it within the bounds of legality. Now, stepping over the line, there's a hammer shot off the end boards. There by Max C. And Hop looked out, a 3-on-1 developing as he knocked down a pass at his own blue line. Ahead to Johnson, back to Hop. Oh, what a great back check there by Keaton Knowles, the senior out of Glenview. Able to come back and knock that puck down from Isaac Hop. You'd like to see Johnson take a shot there. Now he's got the puck once again. Over the line, right wing, trying to cut to the front of goal, and he's hauled down. And he goes to the corner boards. Tied up along the far boards. It'll be controlled by the Wildcats and sent down the ice. And there's a stick lying in the middle of the slot. The referee was kind enough to pick it up. Get it onto the Chippewa bench. Miller will dump this in on Benson, but he'll let play continue. Max Schlanger with 5 minutes to go here in this third period. Look out, a nifty pass to the near side. Bronstein in, shot saved by Woolery. Directed that to the corner. Tied up along the near side was Brogan. Couldn't get the puck as Johnson comes out with it. Tied up to the neutral zone. Controlled by Northwestern off the tie-up. They'll put it in deep. Grimes fires this off the end boards. Didn't get it out. Northwestern keeps it alive. Right wing Schlanger. Will tap it down behind the goal. Bronstein. Behind the net for Brogan. Brogan harassed there by Hutton. Brogan emerges on the near side. Steps around a Hutton check. And his opposite number, Bronstein, has it. Behind the net, they try to center it out in front. That was knocked down before it could get through. Now it's high up in the air. Oh, that just went behind the goal. A centering feed from the bottom of the left circle, bounces its way back up top. Wildcats keep it alive. Schlanger, right side. Gets it down deep to Roth. Back up Schlanger, right point. Shot through traffic, gobbled up. There by Woolery, and he holds with 15:59 gone in this third period. Northwestern not going away just yet, despite the 3-goal deficit. They'll have a face-off in the offensive zone right wing side. Chippewas unable to control. The wraparound was put right through the blue paint. James Mendelson had a fantastic opportunity. He just couldn't curl it around the pipe. Now Isaac Gibbs, after the loose puck, it was poked in, goes off of him. As out of the net came Benson. He deflects a pass at the side of the cage. Campbell, near corner. Pressured into the corner. There by her. Back up to the right point, Clements. Down the wall, Porzondik. Throws it around the boards. There for Gibbs. Across the way, centered it in front, Clements. Deep slot. Pushes it to the right corner for Porzondik. Back up to Clements. At the right point, we'll rattle it around the boards. Pashby let it go by him. Porzondik opted to do the same as well. Martin kept it in left point. Down to the left corner, Porzondik. Trying to find a man out in front. Oh, that went off a Northwestern stick at the side of the goal cage. Andy Liu almost put that into his own net. Luckily for him, though, Benson had the left post sealed. And he'll cover for a stoppage of play with 3:04 to go in the period. The Chippewas will manage to hold on. 3-goal lead in the final 3 minutes. This could be their third, only their second win of the season. They've allowed the first goal. Good hustle here by Clements to get back into his own end defensively. They'll slap it around the boards, where Bishop will sidestep a check, go back behind his own net to retrieve it. Clements meandering up right wing. Couldn't get it past the first line of Northwestern defense, but Siraki was able to fish the puck free across to Bishop. Bishop tried to go to the back door for Siraki again. Chippewas have had some success with that backdoor play here today. They just haven't been able to get it into the back of the net. 2:16 to go, third period. Siraki up to the neutral zone. Morgan out through center with speed, steps into the right wing circle. Wandering his way around the wrap around, and he stuffs it home. Connor Morgan, his second of the night, and it's 6-2 CMU. Connor Morgan, a one-man effort, dipsy-doodling his way around the right wing of the Northwestern zone, ducked behind the net, and finished the wraparound to make it a 6-2 contest. A pretty move from Connor Morgan, the junior out of Waterford, the alternate captain here for CMU. That goal at 17:57. And it's a 4-goal game here for CMU. I'll give these boys credit. Central Michigan started slow, allowed that first goal just 6 minutes in. But they were able to rally back, tie up the game with Jace Johnson's 18th of the campaign. And in this third period, they came out hard, they came out fast, and they haven't let up, as they've scored 4 unanswered. Now Jace Johnson trying to make it 5 to the outside, steps in, shot saved by Benson. Kuhn trying to swap it out in front from an awkward angle. Benson had to keep it out of the cage. This is sent the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Oh, Woolery played that in the crease after it hopped out from behind the goal. Lucky for him, he was able to get it free. Kuhn winding his way out of the defensive end with under a minute to go in the third period. Chippewas in only their second game in the last 6 here tonight. And improved to 1-1 in this 4-game road trip. Grimes up at the right point, shot through traffic, looking for the deflection in front by Grollo. Julian Johnson manhandled the ice. We'll take a run at McLean behind the cage. As play goes on across the way, McLean out with speed, absorbs the check from Johnson. Cutting through the neutral zone, the Wildcats will just dump this on in. Ryan Grollo, long stretch pass, too far there for Armentrout. Icing waved off as it was tipped. 5 seconds to go. It'll be played in the far corner, and the Central Michigan Chippewas score 4 unanswered goals in the third period to come away with the 6-2 win and open up this North Shore Classic with a 6-2 victory over the host Northwestern Wildcats. But we'll step aside, come back, recap this one, albeit quickly, as for those of you on the East Coast, we know it's late, and we'd like to get some rest as well. 6-2 the final here from Evanston. Chippewas victorious in Illinois. Well, the Chippewa faithful, it can't be said that they do not travel well. A very good crowd here for the first night of the North Shore Classic. About 30 or 40 CMU faithful sitting immediately in front of us the entire game, and they've always traveled well. It's always a blessing to have fans as dedicated as the Chippewas have. They travel so well. And they got to see a Chippewa victory here tonight, 6-2 the final. Let's recap this one for you here. Things didn't start so well for Central Michigan. Keaton Olds was able to pounce on a loose puck in front. He was tied up with Brendan Clements on the back door. A centering feed came from Andrew Luke in the corner. He found Olds on the back door, who was able to tap it home to make it a 1-0 game, 6:15 in. And at that point, if you're a number file like I am, you look at the numbers for Central Michigan. Coming in today, they were 11-1-0-0 in games where they had allowed that first goal. And you look at that and you're like, okay, this team's coming off of a long bus ride, not as long as the one down to Missouri, but a long one nonetheless. You're playing a late game. You had a morning skate here this morning. You're wondering how much of an effect that had, but credit to Jace Johnson, as he has always seemed to do throughout this season. He managed to find a way to get Central Michigan back into the game, kickstart this offense, and lead to a victory. He was able to bury a breakaway in that first period down the right wing, cut down the center of the ice, slipped it through the 5-hole of Aiden Benson to make it a 1-1 game just a couple minutes after Olds had made that and made it a 1-0 game, giving that Northwestern team the lead. And credit to Central Michigan, they did a good job of getting back into the play, and it felt like a brand new hockey game at that point. Both teams, again, with a fairly clean first period. They settled things down. Going into that second period, things got a little bit frustrating for both these two teams. A combined 5 penalties in that 5 penalties in that second period, but neither team able to convert. The big turning point in this game, I think, for CMU was that 5-on-3 penalty kill with Isaac Gibbs and Max Grimes both going to the box after Pashby had just tied up the game after Hop had buried a 2-on-1 from Johnson. Then just 2 minutes later, Pashby buried it to make it a 2-2 game. At that point, you're thinking, oh no, a full 5-on-3 2-minute power play for Northwestern. The Chippewas killed it perfectly. They got in the passing lanes. They disrupted the looks from they disrupted the looks. Northwestern was cycling that puck well, getting it up and getting it around the perimeter of the zone. They just couldn't find that backdoor feed that they needed, and Central Michigan was able to break it up fairly easily and dump it down the ice multiple times throughout that 2-minute two-man advantage. And good on the Central Michigan Chippewas as their penalty kill continues to be very good. Again, only 4 power play goals allowed since the start of November. And that hasn't been without lack of trying by their opponents. That included a 9 penalty kill performance against Drury on November 10th. But they've seen multiple power plays in all but 3 of those games. And that penalty kill has been a very large bright spot for Central Michigan here as of late. So that brought us to the third period of play. Central Michigan up in the shot category 30-25 at that point, and they had a late power play with Mendelson going off for a high hit on Siraki late in that second period. That carried over into the third period, and Central Michigan capitalized 32 seconds in. Connor Morgan with a bullet from the top of the right wing circle on a rush into the offensive zone for Northwestern, snaps it low blocker side on Benson to make it a 3-2 game, and the Chippewas would just pour on the pressure from there. Isaac Gibbs at 2:33, Armentrout at 6:08, and Morgan again at 17:57 got the Chippewas a 6-2 lead, and for the Chippewas, just their second win all season when surrendering that first goal of the game, and they will look ahead to a contest tomorrow against Grand Canyon at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, or pardon me, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central, here at the Robert Crown Community Center once again as the Chippewas improve to 9-12-1-0, inching closer and closer back to that 500 mark that they've been hovering just under here throughout the end of that first semester. Let's take a look at your three stars of the game for Central Michigan. We go with Connor Morgan, who had those 2 goals at the number 1 star. Jace Johnson getting the goal and an assist as well. He gets the 2nd star of the game. The 3rd star goes to Chris Armentrout for getting that deflection out in front. He's back in Illinois, his home state, and he's able to pot it home. And that was the 5th goal of the game for Central Michigan, so he gets our 3rd star of the game. That'll just about do it for us here this morning now, I guess, as we're a good 44 minutes into it here in Central Time. We'll step aside, let you all go to bed and enjoy the rest of your nights here. Thank you so much for spending your time here on CCHN with us. Until next time, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. for Central Michigan and Grand Canyon. Until then, my name is Reagan Cleve, saying so long for everybody else here at CCHN and the CMU D3 Club Hockey team. My name is Reagan Cleve, saying so long as the Central Michigan Chippewas knock off the Northwestern Wildcats by a final score of 6-2. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful night, everybody.